Marvel and Sony probably saw how bad of ratings that She-Hulk is getting over the internet and decided, yeah, this seems like a good idea. I recently was on the internet, as I do occasionally, and I saw that Spider-Man No Way Home is getting some sort of theater re-release for a second time. I don't really understand this at all. So this movie has been out for a while now, and I understand that sometimes things like this happen. Like, for example, I went to go see The Dark Knight during COVID because no new movies were coming out. Spider-Man No Way Home was fine, I guess. I'm gonna be real, I'm not even that big of a Spider-Man fan. Like, I get it's cool and all, Spider-Man's cool and everything. I would never be a big of enough superhero fan to be one of these people on TikTok who goes on and pretends that they're Miles Morales and is going to be cast for the next Miles Morales live action Spider-Man. But objectively looking at No Way Home from a movie standpoint, it's really not that amazing of a movie. The major plot point of this movie is that everybody knows who Peter Parker is, and he doesn't want everyone to know who he is, or that he's Spider-Man, I guess, and it's ruining his relationships with his friends. And this is fine, but he goes to Doctor Strange, the man who just cures everything bad in Marvel movies, and is just the savior everyone runs back to. Seriously though, why are they overusing Doctor Strange and all of his goons and all of these Marvel shows and movies? Wong is just like, he's like one of the lower tier Marvel characters, but is good enough so they can just throw him in everything and call it a cameo from another Marvel movie. It's so dumb. But Doctor Strange tries to make everything go right, and he accidentally brings back a bunch of old villains from Spider-Man's past movies. And then basically they just try to send them back to the old timelines that they're in. It's just multiversal stuff that I really don't care about. And I think the ending set up for kind of maybe a cool few more movies we might get, but in general, what was this like plot? Like, actually, if we look back at it, you're telling me there's no way this could have been avoided. I just feel like for like a third Spider-Man movie and finishing off this trilogy, this was just kind of a weird, like, it just nothing. The first Spider-Man was good and introduced a pretty solid villain. Actually, he's a pretty good villain. Number 2 had also a good villain who really added a lot more character to Peter's character and development and all that stuff. And the third one was just a cameo fest with all these old Spider-Man guys and villains and stuff. I do think Green Goblin's like a really good villain though. I mean, it was awesome in this movie. Aunt May's death was genuinely not that sad at all for me because we've only had like, and I get we've had 2 movies with her, but I was just kind of like, I mean, okay, like this is completely all Peter's fault, and I get that the whole thing is like, oh Peter, it's not your fault. Yes, it was, and also this isn't that compelling of a storyline to me anymore. For some reason, I felt more watching Far From Home than I did watching this, and I know people like to trash on Far From Home, but it was genuinely such a better movie than this, like generally overall. Don't even get me started on these 2 goons. What did they even do the entire movie? I mean, I'm not gonna say everything in this movie was bad, because it was genuinely a good movie. Like, there's good things in it for sure. I just felt like overall it kind of missed the mark on where a trilogy should have been. That's my review for the movie. Blah, blah, blah. Why is this movie getting a theater re-release? That's the question of the hour. I did my little bit of research that I did for this video and found out they're adding a whopping 11 minutes to the movie. Imagine you're going to watch a movie that's already been in theaters, that's a solid 2+ hours long, and they're like, oh yeah, we added new footage, and it's 11 more minutes of the 3 Spider-Men interacting. You might as well just be better off watching a pirated release version of this on YouTube instead of spending $15 at the movie theater. Think of how many better things you could buy for $15. That is 3 $5 Taco Bell boxes. It might destroy your stomach, but at least it's not rotting your brain like this Spider-Man movie is going to, because who cares about 11 minutes? Listen, I'm a big Batman fan, but there is no way I'd want to see all the Batman actors in the same movie. Imagine if for the Batman 2, we just had Robert Pattinson, Christian Bale, and Ben Affleck on the same screen fighting the Joker. Would that make it a good movie? This isn't saying that No Way Home is like a garbage movie for having these 3 people in it, because I think it's fine. Like, it's not even a bad way that they introduced them. It just felt kind of like, I mean, sure, I guess. That's about all I got. I just don't understand why they're adding 11 more minutes to this movie that was already kind of mid to begin with. It's just not worth the hype. This is kind of a filler video for now. I got some much better things planned coming in the future. Like, you guys like anime? I finally watched some more anime, so I'm doing a review on it soon. I watched some movies. I got some cool stuff coming out. School's kind of been kicking a man while he's down, so I'll try to get those as fast out for you as I can. See you guys later.